I'm Kendra Cook, your host for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translators Association. That's the Special District Association responsible for bringing the area free-to-access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station. If there is a news story or event information that you would like to share, you can call us. The number is 970-677-4119. If you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is the Wednesday program for February 26, 2020, DCTV Daily News. From the Journal, a report with USDA photo. A rush of broadband service is moving into the outskirts of the state where internet faster than 10 Mbps MIPS seems scarcer than the number of people who live there. Ting Internet, already rolling out gigabit service to residents in the city of Centennial, acquired a Durango-based internet provider last month and just announced it will expand similar services to residents in the Roaring Fork Valley. In Cortez, the city wrapped up a successful broadband pilot program and is now negotiating with a private internet company to offer fiber-based service to its residents. And Dove Creek, near the Utah border, in a county where there are 1.9 people per square mile, will benefit from a federal grant to help fund gigabit services to 494 homes and businesses. Quote, "We're really excited about that out here," as one of the county commissioners said about Dove Creek. Quote, "It's the best thing since pockets on a shirt," said Miriam Gillow-Wiles, Executive Director of Southwest Colorado Council of Governments, which watches out for the state's 5 most southwestern counties. The expansion goes nicely with the state's goal to get rural Colorado up to speed to 92% by June from 87% today. But that doesn't mean folks in all of these rural communities are getting the federal minimum speed of 25 MIPS down, 3 MIPS up. Even in the heart of the San Juan National Forest, a broadband map claims there's internet service of 25 to 50 MIPS. Quote, "The problem is that the mapping itself. When you look at it, almost all of Southwest Colorado is served because areas like the National Forest get covered because one house adjacent to the National Forest has quote-unquote broadband. So therefore, that census block, which is a good chunk of a National Forest, is covered," she said. "It's not granular enough." The undercounting has been an ongoing issue for years, and the result has been that some small towns don't qualify for federal grants to help build coveted broadband infrastructure. A bill known as the Broadband Data Act is making its way through the U.S. Senate to address such issues as the rural undercount. Meanwhile, rural cities and towns plug along, some of them exploring their own service or hiring someone else to do it. In Bayfield, for example, the city received a portion of a $3 million grant from the state's Department of Local Affairs, DOLA, a few years back to build an internet backbone in the town, but that was just the start. More challenging has been the middle mile, or finding someone to connect residents to that faster internet. The town considered doing it, but is now re-strategizing and will likely look for private internet companies to provide that connection. For years, the federal government has offered needy areas grants and loans through the Connect America Fund, which uses Universal Service Fund money collected from consumers in their monthly phone bills. In Colorado, the largest recipient, CenturyLink, received $107.3 million from the federal program and has helped get service of at least 10 MIPS to 31,620 rural households in Colorado by the end of 2018. That's about 90% of CAF funds distributed in Colorado since 2015. But those households are unlikely to get upgraded to faster broadband, which the FCC now defines as 25 MIPS down and 3 MIPS up. Quote, "That's a copper-based network," the CenturyTel. "When you're trying to build out a future-proof fiber network, it slams so many doors on you for funding. As a national policy, it's embarrassing," Smith said. "Why wouldn't you want your citizens of the United States to have the highest, best network in the world? But you keep subsidizing this old copper infrastructure, and copper, to me, is silly," he said. CenturyLink, which received a $500 million from the fund, said it has made, quote, "substantial investments in locations where it's expensive to build broadband." While Connect America Fund requires a minimum speed of 10 MIPS, CenturyLink said the speed could be faster in some communities, depending on the distance, terrain, and technologies used. Quote, "Over the last 5 years, the company has deployed broadband to nearly 900,000 homes and small businesses in FCC-designated census blocks across rural America, including to more than 37,000 locations within Colorado," the company said in its statement. The Colorado Broadband Office takes all that federal data plus other sources to come up with its own map of who still needs service. In rural communities, the state is now at 87%, as we said, up 1 percentage point from last June and up from 77% when Tony Neal Graves started the job as the agency's executive director in 2017. The goal, again, is 92% by June. It will be challenging to achieve a 5-point improvement in the metric by June 2020, as this is a self-reporting process in partnership with the industry, Neal Graves said. But he's hopeful with announcements like Dove Creek benefiting from a $2.7 million federal grant to Emory Telecom in Utah. The funding is from the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Reconnect Loan and Grant Program. And an update from the last Dolores County Commissioners meeting that the permitting is being put into place this year with installation in 2021, and that Emory Telecom is also applying for additional funding in the next round of grants to expand their reach up to Egner and over to Cajon in the future. The Dove Creek Chamber of Commerce reported by Kendra Cook and published in the DC Press. The Dove Creek Chamber works closely with the Dolores County Development Corporation, aka DCDC, as the missions and goals are well aligned. One aspect the Chamber has been focused on developing is the, quote, catch and release tourism opportunities and how to best develop that avenue along with a slightly enhanced profile. Branding and outreach continue to be key methods for promoting Dove Creek and the surrounding area, but having events and activities to promote is a sort of chicken and egg deal, needing both to happen simultaneously. As previously reported, the DC Chamber will be heading up the Pick and Hoe for its 65th year, with activities on Friday, July 3rd and Saturday, the 4th of July. And once again, we hope to coordinate and assist with the other organizations and groups in town that wish to run simultaneous or shoulder activities during this time frame. In March, more of the details for preparations and planning, scheduling for volunteer shifts and such will be solicited, assuring that each participant in this process is ready with a plan of action and budget. Then continued fundraising throughout the spring will be arranged to make sure we can cover all of those costs. Certainly this year, the all-school reunion to be held in Memorial Hall on the 2nd and 3rd will draw quite a lot of return visitors, along with all of the family reunions. This event has also been the primary event that Dove Creek has been known for, but we know there are many reasons to love Dove Creek. There's a need to showcase the spectrum of what's here in Somewhere Special, the pinto bean capital of the world. And the Chamber and DCDC are working on a new project to create a board game featuring the town, businesses, organizations, farmers or ranchers, and lifestyle in our area, introducing the potential for a Dove Creek-opoly board. It's a board game. If you're interested in participating by sponsoring a square or a card or other types of options on the board, please call the DC Chamber at 970-560-2856 or DCDC in the CSU Extension Office. That's 970-677-2283. We are initially looking for commitments to the sponsorships, which range from a text line of just $50 to more high-profile promotions up to $500, and plenty in between. Financial commitment will then be contracted after there is sufficient participation to make sure the project can move forward to the next stage. Depending on how much response comes in, we would push to have the game produced in time for this year's Pick and Hoe, but if not, we would roll it out for a Christmas launch. The graphic is just a mock-up here, a starter sample to give you an idea of what we are working on. There's also a sample physical game board from another community that you can view in the CSU office if you would like to see that firsthand. A Dove Creek-opoly board game sounds like a really fun way to celebrate our town and a mechanism to enhance our profile in the region. Oh, and a great game to share with family and friends. What do you think? Please provide your feedback as soon as possible. Happy meteorological spring, everyone. And from the Durango Herald, where ski towns are still enjoying the winter snows up at elevation levels, a man fell about 30 feet from Purgatory Village Express lift about 1 p.m. last Friday, but details of the incident and the extent of the man's injuries still have not yet been released by officials. The man's name was not released because of privacy protections in the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, said Scott Davis, spokesman for the Durango Fire Protection District, the lead agency at the scene. The man was taken to Mercy Regional Medical Center in critical medical condition by ground ambulance because Flight for Life was unavailable, Davis said. Chris Burke, spokesman with La Plata County Sheriff's Office, said deputies responded, but he directed any questions about the incident to the Durango Fire Department. Amanda Anderson, Associate Marketing Director with Mountain Capital Partners, which owns Purgatory, issued a statement in an email on Friday, February 21st at approximately 1 p.m. Purgatory Resort Ski Patrol responded to a report of a guest falling from Purgatory Village Express ski lift. lift. Ski Patrol followed care protocol until approximately 1:30 p.m. when care was transferred to Durango Fire and Rescue. No other details are available through the resort. All inquiries may be directed to Mercy Regional Medical Center, end quote. Mercy Regional Medical Center spokeswoman Sarah Silvernail said the hospital does not provide comments about patients unless a full name can be provided. And now, let's take a look at that local weather into the weekend, possibly rain and snow for Sunday. Today was another cold but sunny day with a high near 37 degrees, but those north-northwest winds, even just at 5 to 10 miles an hour, bring the bitter cold air. Tonight mostly clear with a low around 19 degrees. North-northeast winds light around 5 miles an hour. And for Thursday, a little warmer, sunny with a high near 45 degrees. But those north-northwest winds persist at 5 to 10 miles an hour, making the wind chill a factor. Thursday night, clear with a low around 22 degrees. Friday, even warmer with sunshine and a high near 50. Northeast winds just around 5 miles an hour, becoming calm by the afternoon. Then Friday night, mostly clear and a low around 26 degrees. The weekend starts off nice for Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 50. Saturday night, mostly cloudy and a low around 31. But then for Sunday, we're seeing a chance of rain late in the day, mostly cloudy with a high near 49 degrees, which continues into Sunday night with a chance of rain before 8 p.m. Then as the temps drop, a chance of snow, mostly cloudy with a low around 28 degrees through the night. So into Monday morning, we still see that chance for snow linger into the day, and mostly cloudy skies and a high near 43 degrees. And for Monday night, partly cloudy and a low around 24. So Sunday is the next precipitation day potential. Our latest SNOTEL data from February 25th shows that the state average remains at 111% of normal, while our San Miguel, Dolores, Animas, and San Juan basins, which are all lumped together, have now dropped to 93% of average. But the USDA Drought Monitor keeps our county and surrounding areas in a level D1 as of February 18th, which is a moderate drought, so we still need some snow cover to keep the moisture in the ground for the farmers. I'd like to see it come out of my driveway. That's a different concern. Meteorologically, spring starts on the 1st of March, but it's anyone's best guess as to how this spring will play out. Stay tuned. And now, back to the news. EV car updates for Colorado from the Journal with photo Jerry McBride. A bill that would allow electric vehicle makers to sell directly to potential customers instead of going through a dealership is under consideration in the Colorado Senate. Under current law, Tesla can sell directly to customers, but other new companies like Rivian can't. The Michigan company brought models of its new electric SUV to Aspen last year, which garnered considerable interest from Coloradans. Senate Bill 167, which was approved by the Senate Energy and Transportation Committee on February 18th, aims to equalize the electric vehicle market and bring SUV models to Colorado. It was introduced by Colorado Senators Chris Hansen, Democrat from Denver, and is backed by Governor Jared Polis. Quote, the best, most modern, and most innovative electric vehicles should be available for sale in Colorado, Polis said in a statement. Quote, this bill is essential to increase consumer choice and market competition, and also would make the first electric pickup trucks with a range of 400 miles available in Colorado as soon as the end of the year. The current law that prohibits automakers from selling directly to consumers was passed in 2010 to protect dealerships from losing their franchises after General Motors filed for bankruptcy in 2009. The law grandfathered in automakers that were handling their own sales in 2009, and since Tesla was active in Colorado by that point, it was exempted from the law. But Jim Chen, Vice President of Public Policy at Rivian, said Coloradans have substantial pre-order interest in the Rivian SUV and pickup models for a, quote, whole slew of reasons, such as performance, financial savings on gas and energy efficiency. For example, Rivian electric vehicles can pick up from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3 seconds. Quote, a lot of Coloradans want an off-road electric vehicle. Chen told the Durango Herald if Senate Bill 167 passes, companies like Rivian can own and operate locations in Colorado. With manufacturer locations in the state, customers will have access to better service, Chen said. Gasoline cars made up 93% of car sales last year, that according to an analysis by IHS Markit, a data and information service. But new registrations for electric vehicles in the U.S. are growing. Colorado also implemented a mandate last year that by 2023, 4.9% of an automaker's sales in the state of Colorado must be electric. Quote, the entire industry is moving towards electric vehicles, Jackson said. We may be getting an EV charging station with the Dove Creek Chamber of Commerce office later in 2020. Stay tuned for more information on that. The Pick and Hoe 2020, the 65th annual Hometown July 4th celebration and reunion, is headed up by the Dove Creek Chamber again this year. The theme is Reunited, as we take a page from the beginning back to the 1950s when this all got started as a reunion celebration around the 4th of July. In getting all of the parts working, there's a lot of preparation involved and a lot of funding that is raised going into this event. Kicking off the 2020 fundraising campaign, the Chamber held a chance ticket drawing 50-50, where people bought tickets and the winning ticket drawn received 50% of the total pot raised. We got over $400 in just 2 weeks in February, our Love Dove Creek Month celebration, and the winning ticket was drawn this past Saturday. Congratulations to Athena Boyd and to all who donated and participated in our fundraiser. Ultimately, over $300 was raised, which is earmarked for the kids and adult game prizes. Marty Spitzer is a special resident who has worked diligently over the years supporting the community in many ways. She decided to coordinate a Texas Hold'em poker tournament with Calcutta Auction and Food and Beer to raise money for the Pick and Hoe costs. Thanks to Marty and Billy Spitzer for coordinating the tournament, getting the donated food together with the help of Rick and Berta Ernst, Lori Ernst, Dixie Mulligan, Carrie Scales, and Patty Arick. A huge thanks to Rodney and Bonnie Thompson for giving the space to host this happening. It was a fun day to play cards, enjoy friends, and donate for a good cause, our community. Congratulations to Fred Snyder, who took first place and donated his winnings to the Pick and Hoe, to Lee Vandenberg for coming in second, and Martine Ogas taking third. The Calcutta winners were Rob Howell, Lee Vandenberg, and Martine Ogas. This celebration is also a time for school, class, and family reunions. How the Pick and Hoe originated in the first place, as the story goes, some 65 years ago. This year, there will be members of the class of 59, 63, 69, 70, and 75 so far. That, according to Kathy Schutt on a Facebook post. There will be 2 days of all class reunions at the Memorial Hall on Thursday the 2nd and Friday the 3rd. And, of course, all classes are encouraged to put together a float for the parade, which starts at the airport at 9 a.m. the morning of the 4th. We're looking forward to a wonderful celebration of our community's heritage and the founding of our country 244 years ago. If you would be interested in volunteering for a shift or to run an event, for instance, we're looking for someone to manage the kids' game, please call, email, or text the DC Chamber at 970-560-2856. 2020 Pick and Hoe Reunited is our theme. Let's make it a great year. And today's High Canyon Country happenings. February 26th, Cliff Rose Gardens in Cortez is hosting an eco-gardening workshop. Gain resources to confidently design your own garden. Low-maintenance, drought-tolerant, and food-producing gardens. Learn the essential factors to consider when surveying your site. Receive support in selecting suitable plant species, technical irrigation support, an easy-to-use conceptual framework for planning your garden, and take-home plant matrix for Rocky Mountain High desert zones. To sign up, you can contact Cliff Rose at 970-525-3237, email grow@cliffrosegardens.com, or contact solsticeowndesigns@gmail.com, or call them at the number 303-842-9264. And though you may just be starting seeds, looking ahead to our farmers market season in Dolores, get vendor information, sign-up forms, music lineup, and give your advice on ways to make the farmers market better in the town of Dolores. They'll be meeting at the Dolores Visitor Center, located at 201 Railroad Avenue, February 26 at 5:30 p.m. That's today, Wednesday. Limited seating there, so if there's a huge response, they may need to relocate to another venue. FYI, they have decided on keeping the market on Wednesdays this season, but would like your input on possibly moving to another day next year. They're asking for booth fees this year to help pay for marketing and the live music. It's $50 for the whole season, $30 for just 1 month, or $15 for just 1 day. Current vendor information is located online at visitdolores.com, or you can also get more information at doloreschamber.com. And onward, a Legacy Foundation is hosting its 5th annual Putt-Putt Tournament in Cortez. You can register today for the February 29th Putt-Putt Tournament in downtown Cortez. Pick your favorite movie character and dress up. Prizes will go to the best team score, the best individual costume, and the best team costume. You can join the fun registering as a team of 4 or individually, and space is limited. And I post up all of these High Canyon Country happenings on our Facebook page, which is DCTV News at Noon, where you can also watch the program replay along with the news links and stories of local interest. And you too can share other events or news there and join in on the conversation. Again, this is your local community TV station, so if you have something you'd like to share, contact us by email. It's dcbnnews@gmail.com, or you can call the station 970-677-4119. Thank you for tuning in to DCTV Daily News. Programs are broadcast throughout the week with replays online on our YouTube channel or our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page. And if you like the program, please do like and follow us on Facebook and share it with your family and friends. This has been a production of DCTV for the DCTV Daily News program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Again, thank you for watching.